What's going on, everybody? What's going on? It's your boy Doc Holiday. It's your boy Doc Holiday. We back with another HBCU OverDrive Live. It's the post-game show. If you haven't done it by now, make sure that you hit that like button. Hit the like button. Hit the stream. Make sure you contribute to the show. And most of all, just go ahead and subscribe, man. Subscribe to the show. I promise you, you're gonna have fun today. It's gonna be a good show tonight. Let me get this out the way. I know a lot of people is still on other people's shows, but I'm not even tripping. So I'm gonna go ahead. Look, I always do this. I open the stream up for everybody. Make sure anybody want to come on, they can come on into the stream. Um, and basically, like I said, man, we're gonna get these likes up. Um, I'm gonna just tell you just like this. We had a good show last night with my boy G, representing Alcorn. Now, I told you, I always keep up. We keep up with bets. All right. So, uh, I was down there close. I was down there close about losing this bet because we'll get into it. We're gonna get into that first. A little bit later. But let me see if I can get G. Yeah, I know he probably busy. If not, anybody else that's on that want to voice their concerns about the game tonight or anything else that happened in the SWAC tonight, uh, or in the MEAC, man, jump on the stream. Um, we got a lot to talk about tonight, man. We got a lot to talk about. Um, but like I said, man, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell to get everything HBCU OverDrive, man. Um, so he might be doing the show right now, but ain't no telling what's going on. But um, I'm just gonna put it just like this. I'm just putting it just like this, y'all. Today's game, we need. I'm gonna say it just like this. Teams need to play games like that. And what I'm saying is the reason why I'm saying that is because it tests how your metal as far as a team goes. You know what I'm saying? As far as team, team team wise goes. Um, I understand everybody wants to go for a blowout. I mean, that's all fine and dandy, but um, you can only do you can only do so much, man. You can only do so much. Um, is I don't think nobody can say we want to see a blowout every time. I mean, I would like to see a blowout like once, a couple of times, but that means like blowing the team out every time, bro. Is you're not gonna be able. You don't have no type of competition. There's no type of competition whatsoever. Um, if you're blowing a team out, and like I said, man, um, I said last night, um, this game had to be ugly. G said it yesterday. He said it last night. This game had to be ugly for Alcorn to win because they, I mean, offensively they're limited. Defensively, they basically put on a show. I'm not even going. I can't even trip. I can't even. I can't trip about the way that Jackson State played tonight. The type of game plan that Alcorn put out there, basically, it was masterful. It was masterful, and they just did stuff that they haven't. I mean, they did stuff where they didn't really have to change anything. Yeah, man. Look. Like you said, Mike. from week 1 to week 11 on the way to a championship, people will figure you out. You may win ugly or lose. That is true. That is true. Everybody gonna have tape on you. You know, my whole thing is after that Grambling blowout that Jackson State had, everybody gonna have tape on them. Everybody was gonna give them their best shot. Everybody, Jackson State is everyone's Super Bowl. That's basically what it is. Jackson State was everyone's Super Bowl. Everybody is trying to get up to play Jackson State because why? They want to beat them. They want to beat them. They want to be the team that said we put a loss on their notch. That's it. That's it and that's all. I can't, you can't be the type. How you doing? How you doing? Yes, man. We are 11-0. We are 11-0. Thank you, Jay Blue. What's going on? Welcome in. Make sure y'all like the stream. If you're new to the channel, make sure you become a subscriber, man. We do big things over here at HBCU OverDrive. All right. But we have, these games we need to have. We have to win games like this. We have to win these ugly games, y'all. There's no way in the world we are going to try to blow everybody up. There's no way. But everybody, let's just take it for face value, y'all. I'm gonna tell you, let's take it for face value. We are 11-0. We are hosting the SWAC championship game at the Vet in Jackson, Mississippi. We are the ones that everybody is trying to get up for. We are right now, we are the standard of SWAC football. Okay? It's either get right or you get left behind. So, like, and yes, ma'am. If Alcorn was playing that hard for the season, throughout the whole season, this would be a different game. And like everybody say, if you was on the stream last night, if you watched the show last night, G put it out there masterfully. We throw all the records out the window. Jackson State, Alcorn, we throw all the records out the window. That's both of our Super Bowl. If both teams was dumpster truck juice trash, we get up for each other because that is our Super Bowl. We trying to knock the other school off. All right. We ain't trying to hear about those school that school down Highway 18 when you get to 61. There's only one way in, one way out. And they ain't looking for us. And when you go to the west side of Jackson, they not looking anything for us. And just to get on the side where they came out there to ball. Now, I'm going to tell you just like this. I watched part of the game and I listened to most of it, okay? Because I had my headphones in. I was trying to keep up. I was at work. But just listening to it and watching it, it was like going back into the 70s, the 60s, where just listen to it on the radio. You listen to it from somebody's point of view that they're watching it and they are bringing it to to you. And bro, yeah, Jay Blue, yeah, look. Central has a whole month to prepare for the Celebration Bowl. That's cool and everything. Okay. We get to play another game to determine who goes to the Celebration Bowl. So by the time that happens, man, look, we already know we're gonna get to the Celebration Bowl. We just try to figure out who the hell we gonna play. And look, I'm gonna segue into that, y'all. I'm gonna segue into this. The Wild Wild West. The Wild Wild West. The Wild Wild West. First of all, Prairie View, you dropped the ball. If you go, what up, Sean? I'm gonna send you the link. Go ahead and send you the invite. Jump on in, man. Jump on in. We're gonna jump on in so we can get this thing going. Cause get my co-host, man. But Prairie View, you dropped the ball. I predicted that Prairie View was gonna lose to Valley. Same thing happened to him last season. Same thing happened to Valley last season, right? I said Valley gonna come in, they gonna play hard, and they ain't gonna let Prairie View up. They gonna try to put their foot on, just put the pedal to the metal, and they beat them soundly. What up, Sean? What up, man?
What up, Doc? What's good, bro?
Ain't nothing, man. Ain't nothing. Hey,
Yeah.
I've been talking about people that's complaining that we ain't have no blowouts and stuff like that. But you know, we need like this.
You don't need no blowout, man.
We need games like you don't need no blowout. This
Nah,
game that
yeah.
we heard and watched was more exciting than watching when we played. Let's say the
A
last blowout
blowout.
we had.
If the game was if it was a blowout, right? If it was a blowout, who stays to watch the entire game? That game, no one got up. Right in the drizzle, all of that, bro. It was
cold,
people still there.
cold.
It's cold and it's wet, and it's off and on, so it's irritable. Who want a blowout? Everybody would have left, bro. Everybody would have left. And you're not going to get a blowout against a team that has nothing to lose but everything to gain.
Yeah.
And they're willing to show that they, you might be better than us, but we're going to compete. We're going to compete. And you're going to play down to us because you overlooking us. You overlooking us. You think about SWAC championship. You know what I'm saying? You ain't listening to your coaches. The play calling was pedestrian at times. You kind of just going through while you going through the motions, we hitting you in the mouth. We might not be making much progress, but we hitting you in the mouth. Could the potential so-called concussion just be a lingering effect that just led over to the following week? Possibly.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
But you don't need a blowout. You need something. You need signature games. You need games that make you have to refocus. So guess what this game did? It makes you have to go back and refocus. And what you got to go do? You got to go do you got 2 weeks of preparation, and you ain't got to leave Jackson.
Sure don't.
You got 2 weeks.
You don't have to go nowhere else.
Rest up, film up.
The only other place you got to go to, other than Jackson, is Atlanta. If you get past this game in 2 weeks, you go to Atlanta. Now, when you get to Atlanta, you need to block all the bullshit that you had that was going on for the whole season. Get it out your system and go out there and play some ball. Because you got to remember, you got to treat this when you SWAC championship game, Celebration Bowl, you have to treat this like a business trip.
Yeah, they didn't do that last year. That's what Dion said, that he was going to do some stuff differently. They can do the little bowl stuff, but the way he approached it, he said he's not going to do that no more. The way that he approached it last year. Because the kids was too lackadaisical and a little bit too cocky, and he put that on the coaches and everything. He took responsibility. But you were talking about, when I came in, you were talking about the West. So let's just go ahead and give me my props.
I just want my props. I told you I'm gonna give you a prop, but I told you I even said, look, Prairie View's gonna lose that game. I
Yes.
said that. Remember, I
Bro,
told you
it's
that. I
just
said
something about Valley, bro. It's something about Valley.
and they played
You,
in Valley.
bro, you up 7-0 on Valley. So you lose by Valley scoring a whole bunch of points in the second half because they knew they had some opportunities against you and they made them in key plays because y'all was playing around and you couldn't run block the way you needed to be effective and shrink the game and put points on the board.
Yep.
Then you're doing all the other stuff. And that's, you know what I'm saying? And plus, this goes back to my point about how much strength do we think the West got? Like, how strong is the West? We see that it's
Yeah.
all close,
The
but
West
is
is
it
not that
really
strong though.
right? It's overrated. It's overrated, bro. That's what I've been trying to tell you. It's overrated. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now you put Southern in the driver's seat.
Yep.
Southern, they don't even deserve to be in the game.
Yep. And what they got to do next week, all they got to do is win against Grambling.
Grambling. And we
That's
all
it.
know what that's like.
And just like I said about Jackson State Alcorn when we played the Soul Bowl or Capital City Classic, whatever you want to call it, okay. Grambling and Southern, it don't matter if Grambling is bad or if Southern is bad or both of them bad or they both good. You throw the records out of the way. They are playing. It's like a heavyweight fight.
Now Jackson State got an advantage.
Yeah.
Jackson State, they got the advantage because they get a week to rest up, prepare, make some offensive corrections. You know what I'm saying? Reorganize some stuff, make some defensive corrections, special teams correct. They got all this stuff that they can go back and work on since they got a whole week off. And then they can study, they can continue to study the Southern game. And Southern's last game, I was gonna run it. Southern's last game, and then the game before that. So they got plenty of time and plenty of footage to get at. Now it's about reset now. The season over with is reset. Now you gotta reset, recalibrate, and you gotta take it like it's a brand new season. You got one game. That's it. And from this point on, it's just one game, bro. It's no other game. It's one game.
Hey, yep, Spence, you my boy. PV had one job to do was to beat Valley. They couldn't
do it last year.
With
Juwan Pass.
But shout out to Juwan getting drafted to the XFL to San Antonio. Yep. But hey, it is what it is. Like Sweat will pick teams with the best records, not division winners, and put them in the championship game. That may justify the Sweat championship game moving back to a neutral site. So,
hold up before you answer that.
Go ahead.
A&M beat Texas Southern. Valley beats PV. Alcorn loses. That's 3 West teams that lost. Yep. What team on that side of the conference beat an Eastern team not named Valley?
Not named Valley?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Alcorn lost a fan. Southern lost a fan. Valley lost a fan. Not fan. Not Valley, but Prairie View didn't even play fan because
they ducked that game again 2 years in a row.
The family would have wiped them off the field.
What team? It's hard. You see how hard you got to think about?
Yeah, because the top 3 teams in the East, Jackson, FAM, and even Bama State are your top 3 teams in the East.
Somebody in the West beat Bama State.
No,
Didn't somebody in the West beat Bama State? Was it Alcorn or PV? Texas Southern should have beat them, but they lost.
They should have beat them when they had the chance. Prairie View beat Bama State in the West. I mean, from the East. Yes. Southern didn't even play Bama State this year because they on a rotating. They on a rotating schedule. Nope. They on a rotating schedule. So they play them next year. What up, Coach Simmons? What up, Coach? So yeah, PVB Bama State. Alcorn should have lost the last 3 games. Yes. Yep, Bethune-Cookman did choke against Alcorn because Bethune, they lost by 3. Texas Southern lost to Bama State, and everybody other than Prairie View, Texas Southern, Grambling, Alcorn, all got dog walked by Jackson State.
Grambling can beat Southern if Grambling is able to, if Maurice Washington is able to actually run the ball,
Yep.
and if that line can create creases for him to be able to run the ball, and whoever playing quarterback can just manage the game, Southern can be had. Now the problem is we don't know which Grambling we're gonna get, because we seen them play in spurts where they looked really good and then they look really bad, and it ain't been no in between. So maybe Hugh having 2 weeks to prepare for Southern gives him an opportunity to draw up some stuff offensively that would put pressure on Southern. Now, Southern just so happens to dominate and win the game. Southern wants Jackson State again, but the circumstances are a little bit different because it's not going to be, well, we hope that it's not going to be raining like before.
It will be cold. It'll
be cold, but it won't be raining. So now the game is potentially a grind, but guess who's unlocked? Travis Hunter.
Oh,
he's unlocked now.
That's like Travis Hunter is like one of those players, the players like off of Mortal Kombat that you unlock when you win the game or when you get past a certain board, and he's right there, and then you get everything out of him, man.
He unlocked, bro.
Yeah. He had a one hell of a game today. I ain't gonna lie to you.
This is two games in a row. He's had a touchdown on offense and an interception, but he just so happened to pick 6
and an interception touchdown too.
Huh? Yeah, an offensive touchdown. You're right.
No, he returned he returned an interception for a touchdown also.
Not an A&M.
No, he did it today with Alcorn.
Yeah, today Alcorn. He scored 2 touchdowns today, offensive defense. But they waited to put him in the game when they needed a play. There's like, look, we ain't doing nothing right now. Let's put Travis in and see what he can do. Soon as he put him in, Shador went straight to Travis. So everybody knew it. The DB knew it. The safety knew it. He caught the first pass. Tough catch. He's known for making those type of catches, right? He got a whole resume on making tough catches in 7-on-7s. That's how he got his grades. Now, the second catch, I've been called. I said touchdown. He dragging a back foot way before the right foot come down.
Yep.
He catch it. I was already saying touchdown. They took all that time to say touchdown, and I already knew the referee was going to overturn the call. He was taking too
Yeah.
long, and then I said game over. Once they called that touchdown, I said game over. It's a wrap.
Yep. So I'm
Now I
gonna say
wouldn't
it
have
just
did
like
that on
this.
reverse with him on that last play. I wouldn't have did that. I just would have sent him deep again,
Yeah,
and then run somebody underneath him.
kind of kill their spirit. I would have did,
Yeah,
yeah, I would have did kill their spirit. So now, what I was I'm gonna answer this question right here.
yeah. Go ahead, my
So,
bad.
I know they're saying from I was on Swag Buzz and Mr. Ford was on there, and I know they was talking about they're talking about when they convene in the spring that they're talking about getting rid of the divisions. So we all got to understand at the time before Fam and Bethune came in, the furthest east you go was to Alabama State. That's the furthest east you will go to. All right. It was to cut down the Texas schools and the Louisiana schools from traveling all the way to Huntsville and Montgomery. Okay. But now because Fam and Bethune comes into play, it really cuts down those Texas and Louisiana schools from trying to go all to play the two Florida schools. Because your furthest point is Daytona. That's where Bethune is. You're not gonna want to play, you're not gonna want to have a team from let's just say Prairie View, right? Prairie View had to go all the way to Daytona to play Bethune. The second thing is if you take away the divisions, that means everybody has to play everybody. There's no getting away around it. The only game you'll probably not you won't play against a conference opponent is probably the first game, and it'll be an out of conference game. That's it. That means it's kind of like I said, like last night. It's kind of like the Big 12 with all the other teams left, and they brought in TCU and they brought in West Virginia. Basically, they scratched out the divisions because it was supposed to eliminate the travel between the furthest Texas school, which now is Austin, is UT, which is in Austin, to go all the way to play somebody like Iowa State in Ames. You know what I'm saying? Or like when they did have the divisions, you didn't have to go all the way to Boulder to play Colorado, or you didn't have to go all the way to Nebraska to try to play Nebraska. They kind of they try to keep everything within. That's the reason why you're seeing the Texas and Oklahoma schools beat up on each other, and then all the northern schools was like, look, we just waiting on for we just waiting on for who we gonna play in the championship game. So that's why I kind of giving an example. But like when they did that, they scratched the divisions. So basically they took the representatives for the championship in the Big 12 is the top two teams in the conference. Now, I will say if that's the case, if you do something like that, you have to scratch the championship game. Because that would be that would be 11 teams. You playing 11 teams, right? You got one out of conference game right there, so that's 12. So now you add in the conference championship game, which would turn into 13 if you actually make it, and then you got the Celebration Bowl, which will be 14. You're pretty much playing almost the same type of schedule that a FBS school would play. Let's just say Alabama. I'm just putting this out for example. Do not jump on my head, y'all. Just putting it out for example. Alabama played probably like 13, 14 games in the season. Why? Because they're going to the college football playoffs every year. So they play 12 games, they go to a championship game, and then and the funny thing is they go to the championship game, they win that, they get put in the playoff, they win their first playoff game, then they go to the national championship game. They probably be like 15 games in the season. You pretty much play a whole NFL season, just like that. If you do away with the division, Tennessee State ain't gonna want to join. Tennessee State is not gonna want to join if you do away with the divisions, because they don't want to make them like Tennessee State is in the middle of that, is in the middle of Tennessee, it's in Nashville. You already know how you know about this, Sean. They don't want to go all the way to damn Houston, Texas to go play Prairie View or Texas Southern. They don't want to go to. They don't want to go down to Dayton to go play Bethune-Cookman. That's too much. That's too much travel on them right there. So
they might want to do that, but they need more.
That.
I mean, they need more internal support. Feel me?
Yeah.
Like that, TSU needs so much more than what they're getting right now, and that's what's preventing a lot of what they're doing. But yeah, man, I agree. It's tricky.
Yeah, it's tricky. But we'll just wait till after the spring meeting, and then we'll go with from there. I'll report on it, and we'll go from there. I like what Sonny Boone saying. He said we got too many experienced coaches. Analysis trying to force to Travis go with the scouting report, and I feel like, look, to me, I'm gonna tell just like this is all. That's his homeboy right there. You know what I'm saying? That he want to get him the ball and stuff like that. So he gonna try to get him the ball. So they would rather play in the empty Nissan Stadium. I don't think they want to play it.
Nah, they play in the hole most of the time. They like when they playing like a good opponent or whatever, then they dress it up for Nissan Stadium. But
yeah,
they just having that option is always a good thing. The Titans have been real supportive of Tennessee State because when the Titans first got here, they played in the hole. They had to practice and use a lot of Tennessee State's stuff while they were trying to get the stadium and stuff like that together. And so there's a mutual respect for them assisting the HBCU realm with Tennessee State from that area.
Okay, but yeah, man, look, I'm gonna just say I'm gonna go ahead and rewind it back to the West, the Wild West. I'm gonna say it just like this: Prairie View, you dropped the ball. Texas Southern, you dropped the ball. Your main job was to make sure that Southern don't go to the championship game. That's the main job. Texas Southern, you had TSU, you had the lead. You had to lead the whole, pretty much majority of the whole game, and you let them come back. You let them score. In fact, you let them score 21 straight in the fourth quarter to take the game away from you. If you would have won the game, like I said, this would have been Texas Southern's first winning season since 2010. Now, guess what's going to happen on Monday? Somebody might get fired. Somebody might get fired. Because you had one job to do, was to beat Alabama A&M. That was your only job you had to do. Beat him. In fact, I'm going to say it just like
I got a question. Go ahead, say it.
Andrew Body. Lord Jesus, I'm looking at his stats right now. 12 of 24, 191 yards, and 2 touchdowns passing. Then he had another 15 carries for 149 yards with a 9.9 yard per average running the ball. He had over 340 yards overall. Total yards. And y'all let A&M come back. Come on now. As a team, you ran for 231 yards. All right.
You're supposed to win the game. You rush for that much.
You rush for that much, and you had the game. And I'm gonna say it just like this: play caller. AP, what's up? What's up, man? Yep, that would it be. That's what it's gonna look like. It'll basically go back to what we did back then. When we had, let's see, back then we only had 8 teams in the conference before we even added Pine Bluff and A&M to the conference. Then you waited a whole almost 20 years. You add 2 more teams to the conference. So that's how it was. That's the reason why we was able to play. I mean, understand we was able to play Tennessee State. We played Tennessee State every year, but we played teams like Howard and FAMU when FAM was in the MEAC, or like Hampton, or you know what I'm saying. We played those teams like that. It ain't gonna be like that now. Jay Blue.
So here go my question.
Go ahead.
Here go my question. What happens if Grambling beats Southern?
Then Prairie View
we
goes
back
to the
square one. We back to square.
Prairie View go right back to the championship game. That's it. Why? Prairie View beat Grambling early in the season. That's it. That's all it is.
Square one, bro.
Yep.
And if Prairie View gets in, they don't deserve. Southern and Prairie View do not deserve it. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. They don't deserve it, bro. Nachos.
The way that I'm gonna tell you like this, the way Texas Southern played all the way up until today, they could have represented, and then the way all the way today, they could have represented the West. But like you said, yep, we back to square one.
And I just got this funny feeling, man, that Hugh is gonna call the perfect game. He is, but if he gets enough from his defense, then Prairie View is saved. They're saved.
Yep.
They're saved. They are literally saved, bro. However, it's tricky. This is tricky because now you get Dooley with a second shot, and you know he gonna be trying to make a point. So that'll be interesting to see too. These are the top 2 teams talent wise.
What talent? What talent Southern got other than on their
defense? That's what they said. Don't cut my head off.
I ain't cut your head off. I'm just saying, what do I see? Well, I don't see what type of talent. I mean, Doom is talented. Like,
I agree. I agree. I don't even. And I think Dumas is hype.
Trey Lane, he a dog, but he gets out sometimes if he get touched.
I think Shador want that matchup though, because Lane was doing some dirty.
Oh yeah. Trey Lane was trying to get him the business. But yeah, we're gonna go to the MEAC, man. Look, what did I always say about Howard, bro? What do I always say about Howard? I always say I will never bet on Howard. And guess what? I betted on Howard today for against Morgan State, and they put the beats on Morgan State today, 35-6, to end their season with a 5-6 record. But the funny thing is, they co-champs of the MEAC with North Carolina Central. That's the only team that beat them in the conference. Who is Wilson? Arbor Tiger, who is Wilson? I'm trying to figure out who is Wilson. Tell me who Wilson is. I don't know who Wilson is. But like literally Howard dominated this game from start to finish today. Congratulations to them for being co-champs of the MEAC, even with a 5-6 record. Now they could take this. They could take this win. They could take this accomplishment and build up on it for next season. You got the players. You have to find your new QB. I think you might have that in store, but just got to go out there and find the players, get the players to come, get them committed, get them committed to what you want to do, and you know what I'm saying, go out there and try to play ball next season. All right. Morgan State, look, Morgan State, I'm commending Morgan State for this season just because of the simple fact that Damian Wilson came in towards right before the season even started in the summertime. Didn't have no recruiting class because he came in late, and basically he did some things with this squad that you never thought that he would do. Especially going out there and destroying a South Carolina State team that actually went to the Celebration Bowl and did won the Celebration Bowl. Playing Tolson kind of close, real close, and basically it was the talk of the MEAC for a little bit. But they have a chance basically to go out there, like I said, when it comes down to it, to get him a recruiting class so he can actually be able to have something that's worthy to look forward to. So, like I said, congratulations to both of these teams. Hopefully they'll be able to get better for the next season. And we're gonna keep an eye out on both of these schools right here. I'm gonna keep an eye on both of them because I'm cover everything with the MEAC and the SWAC. Norfolk State, man, going in there and defeating South Carolina State 42-38. So Dawson Odoms, the same Dawson Odoms that Southern ran out, finished the season 2-9. They needed to get this win today. Quarterback Otto Coons had 5 touchdown passes. And I'm gonna tell you just like this: South Carolina State, Corey Fields didn't play today. Tyrese Nick played 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 8-15, 137. So my thing about that is, look, South Carolina State, y'all said y'all wanted to play us again in the Celebration Bowl. I feel like y'all kind of went way beyond your hit, step over your boundaries, and you couldn't get it done. You could not get it done. Hopefully, Buddy Pugh does not get faulted for this season, and that way he can go out there and recruit and get the players that he need, and get this team better, because South Carolina State being a doormat now is not something that you would want to, not something that you don't see, especially from a Coach Pugh team where he's been there for over 20 years. So everybody need to put pitchforks away. I don't think they need to fire this man. He just need to go out there and do, get it done. Same thing with Dawson Odom. Dawson Odom's had came in, like I said, same man that got ran down by Southern, because he wasn't a Southern man. So he'll have a good recruiting. He'll have a good recruiting cycle this year. Hopefully, he get a lot of kids coming in. They could build off of, they could build off from this, and basically, we'll see what happens next season. Next on the list, Delaware State gets destroyed by Campbell. Campbell finishes the season 5-6. Like I said, I said this before, but they finished the season 5-6. Hajj Malik Williams came back to play. Had 211 yards passing, 13-24, 1 TD, no interceptions. He didn't run the ball. They was kind of abysmal running the ball today, but okay. It's Campbell. I'm gonna tell you just like this: you get what you get with Campbell. All right, Delaware State, man. Look, I always say this: you have a good defense, coached by Rod Milstead. Good defense, but your offensive play calling and your offensive the balance that you have on offense is atrocious. Okay. It's atrocious. Y'all got to get it fixed. End of the season with three straight losses. No, 2 straight losses to end the season. You had a chance to actually you had a chance to actually win the MEAC. Actually had a chance to win the MEAC. Didn't win those important games. Basically, see for next season. Campbell is who they are. They ain't never been over 500. I don't think they'll ever get over 500. So it's going to be tough because why? They're going to the CAA. So let's not even worry about Campbell. They are officially off the board. North Carolina Central comes by with a squeaker against Tennessee Tech, 22-20. Davis Richard really didn't have to do too much. I don't know why he even played today. They really didn't, I know they're playing for pride. They're trying to play to improve themselves. Now, guess what? They got a whole month to sit and wait until the bowl game. They got a whole month to sit. Y'all. North Carolina Central has a whole month to sit to see who they're going to play in the bowl game. More than likely, it will be Jackson State. And we're going to get back on Jackson State in a little bit, okay? All right. So, I will kind of break down some film about North Carolina Central later on in the week to kind of segue ourselves into the Celebration Bowl until after next week, until we figure out who's going to win the West. Who's going to win the West? We'll do. I'll wait on for that to do film breakdown as far as the SWAC championship game. Okay. Go back into the SWAC, man. Look, Florida Classic, y'all. We ain't even talked about FAMU, man. FAMU ends the season with a 9-game winning streak again, and defeated Bethune-Cookman 41-20. They did it in a convincing fashion. I think with this win and some losses that came today, courtesy of the Big South, I feel like that FAMU is going to be able to get themselves into the FCS playoffs. All right. Who are they going to play if they get selected? We don't know. Are they going to be? Are they wanting to host the game? We don't know. We won't know yet until after tomorrow. So if you want to check out what's up with the brackets for the FCS playoffs, I suggest, and I really suggest y'all go watch Blue, his show, because he's gonna have he's gonna do the bracket. I think he's gonna do a bracket breakdown for the FCS playoffs on his channel, and we'll you can figure out if Fam gets in or not. All right, but hey, convincing win, FAMU, uh, Musa. I mean, pedestrian, 15 to 19, 195 yards, 2 touchdowns. But the best thing about it was 0 interceptions. FAMU's running game is still atrocious. It is atrocious. You cannot tell me that you carried the ball 24 times as a team for 30 yards. But you had 3 touchdowns on the ground too. But 30 yards on 24 carries as a team is not going to cut, y'all. It's not going to cut at 1.3 yards per average. It's not going to cut. That's not. I'm sorry, y'all. That's not going to get it. Leading receiver today was David Manigo, 5 receptions, 78 yards. Second on there was, as usual, Xavier Smith, 5 receptions, 73 yards on the touchdown. But still, I'm just saying, FAMU, y'all got to get y'all running game together, man. You have to get it together. I don't see how y'all would be able to get it. If you get into the playoffs, how y'all gonna play like that? And your running game is not established. All right, but hats off to them having finished the season with a 9-2 regular season. 9-2 regular season. Hopefully they'll get into the playoffs with all the adversity that they had early in the season with the ineligible players and getting into more, with stuff going on with the school. To have a season like this for Coach Willie Simmons, that is a blessing in disguise, y'all. It's a blessing in disguise. Bethune basically ends the season at 2-9. Jalen Jones, I mean, basically decent quarterback today, 19-33, 172 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. He also led team in rushing with 61 yards. But Jalen Jones on the season, y'all, ended the season with 2,059 yards, 11 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, y'all. That was better than what he did at Jackson State for the 2 years he was there. And he will be next season. You lose Kamari Everett to the draft because it was his last game. He was 4 receptions, 40 for 4 and 1 touchdown. Time to get prepared for the draft, my brother. All right, let's make sure you get all these postseason, these senior bowls. Like, make sure you get what you got to do. Do what you got to do. Try to get your money, y'all. That's the name of the game, getting the money. But this is going to be your profession. Get your money. All right. Let's see. Let's also see D2 schools, man. Look. Shout out, man. Look, I think I'm the only one that covered the D2 schools on my channel, y'all. But shout out to Fayetteville State and shout out to Virginia Union for having an absolutely fabulous season this year. But at the end of the day, both teams did not advance past the first round. Virginia Union takes a loss to Wingate 32-7. This is their season. This ends VU's season at 9-2. I really wanted them to win this game because I wanted to see the matchup next round with Benedict College. Man, that would have been a great matchup, y'all. just to see two black school HBCUs going up against each other in the playoffs. But at this time, Virginia Union ends their season 9-2. On the other side, Fayetteville State takes a crushing blow in a loss to Delta State, 51-0. Let me just say this: Delta State is the same team that lost to Jackson State last year by 7 points. Just think about that. Delta State is the same team that lost to Jackson State by 7 points. They was within a touchdown, I think like 5-6 yards of tying the score against them last season and putting that game into overtime. I don't have too much on the stats right now, but I can check to see what's going on stats with from this game right here. So with this, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. If you had not seen Patrick Shegard from Delta State, I suggest y'all go check out that young man right there. That young man is a dog of an athlete. Just letting y'all know that, man. Just like Fayetteville, they couldn't perform. They thrown in 21, and basically they never look back. They never look back afterwards. Okay. This ends Fayetteville State season at 9-3. Hopefully they'll make sure they can they'll improve on this season. But to both of these schools to make the D2 playoffs was a big achievement. It was a big accomplishment. Okay, I'm sorry if you said I'm breaking up. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Can you hear me now? Can y'all hear me now? Am I still breaking up? Can you hear me now? Hold on. Okay. Am I good now, Kevin? Give me a thumbs up in the chat if I'm good. All right. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Make sure y'all like the stream. Make sure you like the stream. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Oh, forgot my wife just came out. She watching the show on the she watching the show on her phone. She want to make sure I'm good too. But just having a tremendous with the D2 schools, just having a tremendous effort for them to get to this point and to represent both of their, to both of them to represent their conferences in the playoffs is quite an achievement, y'all. It's quite an achievement. Hopefully, like I said, they'll get better. This Virginia Union team is real young, and I know this Fayetteville team, they're gonna lose some players this year at this season, and basically they just have to go back there and reload. So that's how I see it. So I just want to give my, give shout outs to that. Let's get to the Big South. North Carolina A&T had one job to do, y'all. A&T had one job to do, and that is to beat Gardner Webb to win the Big South. They get into the playoffs. Now they Gardner Webb and let me say it like this: A&T had a 7-3 lead in the first quarter. Gardner Webb jumps on them in the second quarter, 21 points straight. They end up at halftime 24-14. Then Gardner Webb basically kept scoring. I mean, they scored 7 and 7 in the third and fourth quarter. Defense wise, I don't. Hey, D-Line, I don't. And I watched a little bit of the game. Though. I don't. Why are they blaming the band? Why are they blaming the band? No, you don't blame the band. You blame yourself because you had the game in your hands. You had the game in your hands. The band has nothing to do with what's on the football field, y'all. The band has nothing to do with what's on the football field. All right. Y'all lost the game. You couldn't keep the lead. And you turned the ball over at inopportune times in the game. That was the main mistake that you made. You turned the ball over in bad parts of the game. Yeah. See, when you tweeting talking about the band ain't there, I mean, if it's not in their budget, they're not going to come. So you have to be able to put in your head, you have to be able to pump yourself up to go out there and play. The band is just the band. All right. That's it and that's all. The band is just the band. Okay. Jack State didn't have their band. We played Bethune. And we went out there, we put a 40-piece on them. Now you good, Sonny Boom. But look, A&T had just one job to do. My job was to win the Big South, to beat Gardner Webb and win the Big South. And they didn't do it. They ended the season with a 7-4 record. Just think about this though. They started the season off 0-3, and they ran 7 straight until today. Yeah, we talking about A&T. A&T, yeah. But they end this season with a loss, but they had a remarkable season. They lost to Central, who's going to the Celebration Bowl in the first game of the season. They go to Fargo, North Dakota. They get whitewashed by 40 to North Dakota State. Then they play Duke in Durham and lost to them almost by 30. And they ran 7 straight until today. Yeah, I heard about that too, Sonny Boom. I heard about that, man. Making them pay for. Yeah, yeah. I feel like they feel like if the band was if the blue and gold marching machine was there, they wouldn't have the advantage. Well, because the Big South only has 6 teams, so they're not going to be able to have they're not going to have it at large. They only have an automatic. So some of the dominoes fell for FAMU. So we can go into that. We can look into the SoCon. Because that's who they was going up against. Look into the SoCon. Furman and Wofford. Furman beat Wofford 63-28. You also had the Citadel, but they're irrelevant. Sanford beats Mercer, so that might put. I don't know if they might put Mercer into the playoffs or they might take them out. They might be their first 4 out. You got a Western Carolina and Chattanooga. The Catamounts beat, Chattanooga 32-29 today. And then ETSU I mean, they played Mississippi State, but it doesn't even matter. They're not going nowhere. Um, they are not going nowhere. So if you look at it, I'm looking at them from my phone. I'm going to their standings. So Sanford wins the SoCon, so they get the automatic bid regardless. Furman is the number 2 team in the conference, so they'll get the at-large bid because their only loss in conference was to Sanford. So you'll get 2 teams. You probably get 3, but mostly you will get 2 teams out of the SoCon, which is Sanford and Furman. Okay, then you got to go to. Let's go to the Missouri Valley and kind of I'm gonna go from there. So South Dakota State did their job. They beat North Dakota State early in the season. They finished the conference season 8-0. They are 10-1. They are the number 1 team in FCS. So automatically they get in. They get not the at-large bid. They get the automatic bid, and more likely they will get the overall number 1 seed, depending on how this all plays out. Depending on how the brackets play out tomorrow. Okay, North Dakota State ends up with 2nd place. Lost to South Dakota State, end up with 92 record. Then you got North Dakota, and then you got Youngstown State with 5-3, and Northern Illinois with 5-3 identical records in the conference. But overall, I think North Dakota might get over Youngstown State. So, but I'm looking at it like this for right now, because it's only 24 teams. Right now, South Dakota State gets the automatic bid. North Dakota State gets the at-large bid from the Missouri Valley. And then after that, it's all up in the air who gets in after that. Then we can go into the Big Sky. Now, the Big Sky is the one that everybody was looking at. Okay, the Big Sky is the one everybody is looking at. Oh my goodness. Lights flickering and everything. It's tripping. All right. Sacramento State did what they did what they had to do. They finished the season 11-0, 8-0 in the conference. Now, the only problem about that is the fact that Sacramento State did not have to play Montana State this year. If they would have played Montana State, it would be a whole different story, y'all. It'd be a whole different story. Montana State was lucky that they did not play Sac State, and guess who gets to go in with 2 identical conference records at 8-0? Sac State, Montana State. Now you got Weber State that's 9-2, and then you got an Idaho that's 7-4. But the Idaho team, that loss that they took to UC Davis and the loss they took to Sacramento State kind of put a monkey wrench into their, into their plans. So if we don't know if Idaho would get a large bid, but we do know Sac State and Montana State and Weber State will get those. They will get picked out of the Big Sky. UC Davis tried to, they tried their hardest. They lost to Sac State by 6. So it was a close game for this game. It was a close game. And so like I said, I see those 3 teams going into the playoffs. Now you got the ASUN WAC Challenge. I don't know why they do that stuff, but I hate how they did that conference right there. Now, let's see. Lamar is in the Southland. I'm just trying to click on somebody. Okay. All right. That's Valley. Southern Utah. So the WAC, the Western Athletic Conference. All right. Out of this conference, Abilene Christian. I think Abilene Christian does win this conference with a 7-4 record, 4-1 in the conference. But because the way that they do this, they how they do teams, that the Western Athletic Conference challenges the ASUN because they kind of merge them together. I don't know how I wouldn't know how they do it. I would have to talk to Blue because he's the residential FCS encyclopedia. So that's the person I will talk to about that. Let's see. You got a that's Pioneer. Okay. Kennesaw State. All right. So this is how it goes down, man. This is how it goes down in the ASUN. Jacksonville State wins the conference, but because of the simple fact that Jacksonville State is moving up to FBS, they are eligible for the conference title, and they are also eligible to get into the FCS playoffs. Why? Because they took the 85 scholarship limit and they became an FBS school. All right. So the one that's in second place is Austin P. They have a 74 record. So they pretty much kind of go hand in hand. They kind of go head up. I don't know if they go head up with Abilene Christian, but from this, Abilene Christian and I think Austin P will get into the playoffs. Also, you have Eastern Kentucky. That's you got an Eastern Kentucky team that can actually get in, but it all depends on what happened. You know who did what. Who did what in the conference? Now the Southland Conference, man. Look, Southeast Louisiana wins the conference. They are 5-1 in the conference. I think because they beat UIW, if I'm not mistaken. I think they did beat Incarnate Word. Yes, they beat Incarnate Word early in the season. They win the Southland. Now, from the Southland, you're going to get two teams. You're going to only get two teams out of Southland. That is Southeast Louisiana, and that is Incarnate Word. That's it. That's it, and that's all. Whoever, if FAMU gets selected, it depends on who they play. If they play Southeast Louisiana, they might be able to have a chance to win the game. If they play Incarnate Word, there's no chance in hell they will beat Incarnate Word and Lindsey Scott. That kid is on a whole nother level, y'all. I'm just saying, just like that, okay? He is on a whole nother level. So it is a couple of things. Like I said, there's a couple of things that some teams have to lose, some teams have to win in order for FAMU to get themselves into the playoffs. Now, like I said, the loss A&T took to Gardner Webb, they are out of the playoffs. They are not getting selected for the playoffs. If they do select them for the playoffs, boy, the damn committee is dumber than a box of rocks. Sun Boom, the playoff selection show is tomorrow. I got to see what time it starts, but it is tomorrow. In fact, I'm on the NCAA website. So it starts. It is tomorrow, and I don't know what time it starts. Shout out to my guy Stan Beckton. He, you know what I'm saying, he writes for the NCAA.com, and he also jumps on the Twitter Spaces with us on HBCU Nightly, man. So shout out to him, man, and stuff that he does with, you know, contribution that he does. So all right, here's the fam. You got fam. You had number HBCU wins last year, and they still got into the playoffs. It really didn't even matter. So the way this goes, I'm gonna tell it right there. Tomorrow, I'm looking at it on here. The complete 2014 bracket will be announced at 12:30 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, November the 20th on ESPNU. So if you stay on the East Coast, it'll come on at 12:30. If you stay like me on Central, it'll come on at 11:30. So we're all. I might. I don't know. I don't know. I might put this on. I might live stream this, man, for real. I would like to live stream this. But overall, the auto bids is for the ASUN WAC is Eastern Kentucky, like I said, because of the simple fact that Jacksonville State is disqualified from winning the conference and joining the playoffs because they are converting to an FBS school. East Kentucky also had I think they had a win against Abilene Christian, so that's the reason why they got the auto bid. Sacramento State has an auto bid. Gardner Webb from the Big South. William and Mary from the Colonial. I forgot about them. Missouri Valley is South Dakota State. The Northeast Conference is St. Francis. OVC is Southeast Missouri. Patriot League is Holy Cross. The Pioneer League is Davidson. But the thing about this, St. Thomas, they won the Pioneer League, but they are ineligible for the playoffs because they are converting from a D2 to a FCS school, which is stupid. I don't know why they do that. SoCon is Sanford, and the Southland is Southeast Louisiana. Yes. So it all comes down to who's going to be the at-large bids, y'all. That's all it is. That's all it's going to come down to, who's going to be for the at-large bids. I feel like they would have been in for sure. They lost by one, but just for the simple fact, because early in the season, they had like almost 29, 30 players ineligible, and they was trying to get that rectified. I can't fault them for that. So they might be able to get in. It all depends on it all depends on the selection committee. Okay. But I'm segue into the Soul Bowl, get to this right here. I'm going to say my final thoughts, and we'll wrap it up. So, final thoughts on the Soul Bowl. Look, I'm going to just tell, like I said early in the stream, it is good to have wins like this. You need dirty, ugly, grimy wins like this, because a win like this, a game like this tests your mettle to see if, when your back is against the wall, how will you perform in certain games like this. We don't need to have blowouts all the time. That's not the way it's supposed to go. You can have blowout, maybe 2 or 3, but all the way through, no. That doesn't test a team's mettle, because some players might not even play a whole game. They'll play half a game, and then that's it. You got backups in. But you need games like this. You need games that see how, like I said, to see how you fare against like real tough competition that like to play this type of style. Uh, Again, shout out to Alcorn for doing what they did as far as on the defensive front. But I'm gonna say it like this: shout out to Jackson State for doing countering what Alcorn was doing, and they put out a better product on the field. That's it. Regardless of where FAMU plays, let me see. Regardless of where FAMU plays on the playoff, if they can get a win or two, that's a big step forward. That is true. That is a big step forward because that means that they are competitive when it comes to other playing teams out of conference. All right, and it gives them momentum for the next season. It gives them momentum for the next season. So, um, this is something they can build on if they get into the playoffs. Alcorn misses Felix Harper. There's a lot of stuff there's a lot of stuff Alcorn was going through, man, and I don't know that they could could get over the stuff, especially like with one of their players, their family, losing their lives in a car accident and stuff like that after they went to see them play in the game. And with special teams, kicker being ineligible and stuff like that, and just people just trying to figure out what Fred trying to do, and Fred is just trying to run his team. That's all it is. He's trying to run his team. And if the school's not gonna do anything for him, man, look, I'm be like Fred. I tell Fred, if Fred be like, y'all kiss my ass, I go somewhere else. Yeah, it was too. It was close. Look, bro. They got a running back that can go for a good 125, 130 easily. They could they could pound the game out. They got that. So, hey, I'm gonna hit him up. He probably on his show right now. I'm gonna hit him up, see when he going live on his, because I know he probably live on Specular Food. I'm gonna check and see. I'm trying to check and see if he live or not. I'm gonna try to check see if he yesterday. Give him time. I'm gonna give him time to grieve, man. But I'm gonna hit him up. Israel, hey, JSU versus who? We don't know. We don't know who we gonna play. Prairie View had one job to do. Texas Southern had one job to do. That's all it is. That's all it was. Prairie View and Texas Southern had one job to do, and they both fumbled the bag. Now you both of them lose. You put Southern right back into the driver's seat, and all Southern have to do is just beat Grambling. That's it. Then you got the Boombox Classic Part 2. But I'm gonna just say just like this. I'm gonna tell you just like this, Israel. If Southern wins, they don't want no parts of Jackson State this time around. They don't want no parts of Jackson State this time around. So Grambling got to beat Southern, and then we play Prairie View. Prairie View don't want no parts of this now. They don't want no parts of this now. If they get it to the championship game, they don't want no parts. There's no dominant team in the West. That's all I gotta say. There's no dominant team in the West. Your dominant teams, shit, beat each other up. Literally, Southern beat the brakes out of Prairie View and beat the brakes out of them before the game even started. I let him know, man. I let him know. But if he a man of his word, man, we gonna be good. So we'll be all right. But like again, like I said, man, look, we 11. I'm gonna say it just like this: we 11-0 for the first time in school history. What other team has done that? We are 11-0 for the first time in school history. And it's true. Yeah, I mean, nobody don't want to get another shot is another shot, but another shot to get embarrassed. You already got skunked 35-0. Why you want to get embarrassed again? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But like I said, we are 11-0 for the first time in school history. For the first time in school history, we can be 12-0 within 2 weeks, depending on who the hell we play coming out of the West. And we'll go into the Celebration Bowl 12-0. I don't think nobody has been undefeated going into the Celebration Bowl in history. Somebody fact check that for me, man. Yep, Sevion Wilkinson cracks 1,000 yards. First time Jack State had a 1,000-yard rusher since Destry Wright. Okay, what's up? So you said NK they did, okay, but it's been a minute since it's been a minute since it's been a minute since we had a undefeated team come into the Celebration Bowl. Oh, okay, that Tariq Cohen NK, okay. Make sure y'all like the stream. Make sure you like the stream, share it with everybody, and then make sure that you become a member and subscribe. Hit that notification bell to get everything that you see. HBCU OverDrive. I'm gonna tell you how many people I have that subscribe, that watches the show, that has not subscribed. On average. 67% of everybody that comes onto the stream is not subscribed. And the ones that subscribe is 32%. We got to get that. We got to flip that around, y'all. We got to flip it around. Y'all. No major HBCU team has ever gone 13-0. Yes, that will be history. That would be so much history, man. If we are able to do that, I will bust out "We Are the Champions" on the stream. Even though we're already the champions. And like I said, congratulations to FAMU for going 9-2. 9 straight wins again. That is hard to do, y'all. If y'all understand, it's hard to win 11 straight, but it's also hard to win 9 straight after a blowout loss. Just think about that. It's hard to win that many games after a blowout loss. South Carolina just beat Tennessee 63-38. Upset. Damn it. Oh yeah, we just made 600 subscribers, man. Now we're gonna let's move to 700, y'all. We just hit 600 subscribers. Let's move to 700, y'all. Let's get to 700. Make sure y'all tap in. Make sure you tell somebody. Make sure you tell people to subscribe to the channel, y'all. We are at 600 subscribers, man. That is a blessing coming from the ground up, y'all. Coming from the mud. But like I said, I'm gonna shout out to the whole Jackson State team. Why? Because y'all 11-0 is something that has never been done in school history. We about to go 12-0 when we play in the SWAC championship game, and then we're gonna go beat 13-0 if we get there. We're gonna beat North Carolina Central. We're gonna be 13-0. We're gonna be Celebration Bowl champs. We're gonna be Black national champs. Hey, it's all gonna it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good Christmas coming up, y'all. It's gonna be a good Christmas. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat that was rocking from day one when I started going live. Hey man, I can't do this without y'all. Can't do this without my wife, Lady Holiday. She probably has sleep, but I still can't do this without her, the executive producer. Um, um, Other than that, what up, Jonathan? What's up, man? I'm you. Well, you late. You gonna have to watch. You gonna have to rewatch the show, man. You gonna have to rewatch the show. Um, and I missed my bet. I mean, not my bet. I missed my score prediction. I said we were gonna win 31-17. We was close. I was close 24-13. Man, look. Like I said, it's hard to try to blow teams out every time, but we gotta have games like this. But anyway, man, might come on here tomorrow morning, try to do the show, do the selection show. If not, Blue's gonna do it on his, and I'll watch it from his for his show, and kind of get my analysis on it, and we gonna go from there because I'm trying to do everything for the Cowboy game. Come on. Also, hey EA man, look, I watched that game. I actually watched that game though. I seen it on there, man. But hey, hey man, look, y'all the first to do it. Hey, I give it to you. Man, I'm good, man. I'm about to shut the stream down, but you can rewatch the show, man. We did our thing up here. I've been over here for almost an hour and a half, y'all. But shout out to fam. Like I said, going 9-2. Hopefully their season is extended for one more game in the playoffs. Like I said, Prairie View, you had one job to do. Texas Southern, you had one job to do. Y'all both had one job to do. Hey, and you didn't get it done. But in the meantime, between time, y'all already know how I do. Y'all be easy. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay dangerous. And we out of here. Peace.